For me, this is the crown jewel of any visit to the Kennedy Space Center visitor complex, the Space Shuttle Atlantis. 33 trips into space, 126 million miles flown, 146 different astronauts had flown on board the Space Shuttle. This is Atlantis, and when people come in here and they take a look at this exhibit and they're standing so close to a vehicle that flew in space so many times and carried so many humans on missions to the International Space Station, to service the Hubble Space Telescope, it is awe-inspiring. Atlantis flew for the first time in 1985. Its last mission was in 2011 and marked the end of the Space Shuttle program. And now if you take a look inside, you can see that Atlantis is opened up, the cargo bay doors are opened up, and the shuttle is at a 43.21 degree angle. Nowhere else in the world is a shuttle displayed like this, which is at the exact angle that it flew. And you know what? On one of the missions that Atlantis flew, it serviced the Hubble Space Telescope. And here we have a replica of the Hubble Space Telescope, which sends us back some of the most glorious images of the universe that have ever been seen. You know, the space shuttles were used to build the International Space Station, which is bigger than a football field. Well, I'm inside a mock-up here at the visitor complex. And you know, the space station orbits about 250 miles above the Earth. The astronauts and cosmonauts performing all kinds of experiments up there. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take myself a little trip through the space station. So as you crawl through this mock-up of the International Space Station, you come to an area which is a clear tube, and out of that tube you can see the Space Shuttle Atlantis off to the side. And it's pretty much like the astronauts would have seen from the space station as they observed a space shuttle as it was leaving the International Space Station. So now this is really cool. You want to know what it would feel like for the astronauts when they're actually landing the shuttle at the shuttle runway here at the Kennedy Space Center? Well, this is how it feels. Whoa! You know, this is one of the most asked questions that any astronaut ever gets. How do astronauts go? And here at the visitor complex, of course, I'm going to answer that question for you. Look, here's the mock-up of a space toilet. Now, this is what they use for number one. And this, of course, is what they use for number two. Of course, in the simulators, there was a camera down inside the toilet so the astronauts could actually see how to line themselves up properly over the space toilet. And there I am, waving to you on camera. Hello? So now we're actually trying to land the space shuttle in one of the exhibits here at the Kennedy Space Center. I didn't do too well on that one. Let's not even look at the screen and see what I did. But now look, here we are. We're coming back in for the landing at the Space Shuttle landing strip, and I'm off course again. In a real space shuttle, you only get one opportunity. Remember, it's a glider when the space shuttle was coming in for landings here. So here you get to try and try and try until you get it right. And I can tell you right now, it's going to take me a lot of tries. Okay, so I didn't do real well landing the space shuttle, but I can try my luck at one of more than 60 interactive displays, like this one here, where you can try your luck at docking to the International Space Station. And if you want to try something else, how about the robotic arm? See if you can manipulate and maneuver the robotic arm. You've got the joystick here, all the displays, just as you would find it on the space shuttle. So there's all kinds of things to do, all kinds of things to see. You cannot go wrong